What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Yesterday I saw a live popped up on my stream, and it was American Cholo and Boo Boo's last podcast, I think it was called. And I listened to it, and I was like, is this real? And apparently it is. I listened to about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I had to go on and, record some content of my own. And I really wasn't going to do anything on this. But I do have a history with Gil. Not so much with Boo Boo, but I do have a history somewhat. I've interacted with them. I was on his channel. And so I said, you know what, let me put in my 2 cents. Gil used to be subscribed to my channel way back in the days. And he always supported my channel in the beginning. And I remember one day he calls and he's like, "Hey, I'm in your hood, Holmes." And I said, "Hey, go to Westside Park. I'll be there in a minute," right? For all those that Dubs doesn't go nowhere and this and that. And he was like, "Where's that?" And for those who know, you know. For those who don't, Bonnet Park, Westside Park is headquarters. At least for my generation, it's always been known. The park, that's headquarters for the West Side, right? For my neighborhood. And so I told him, just punch in Bonnet Park. I'll be there in a few minutes. He said, "All right, I'll be there." So boom, I punch it. I go down there and I don't see him. I get out the car. I walk into the park. I don't see him. So I call him and I'm like, "Hey, Holmes, where you at?" He said, "I'm at the park where you told me to be." I said, "No, I'm standing in the park right now. There's nobody here." And so I figured it out. Where Westside Park is, there's a little, what we used to call the Witch's Tunnel. You go past there and there's a little trail and you can go up, and there's a brand new, well, it's a newer park for somebody my age, and it's on San Andreas Street, right? So it's the block over. So I told him, I think I know where you're at. I'll be right there. I pulled up, and it was Gil and his beautiful wife. And I told him, "Hey, jump in, Holmes." I did a video about all this. I had my What's Crackin', my merch on, and he had a What's Crackin' shirt on, and he jumped in my ride, and I drove him to the east side, showed him all the east side, brought him back to the west side, drove him through the west side. And then I took him to actually where I had caught my murder case. And we got out of the car and we talked, and it was just all love, man. It was just two dudes, two ex-YA babies, just chopping it up, man. And he had to take off, and he was on vacation with his wife, and I went back home and recorded, and regular day. And we would talk from time to time on the phone. It was nothing major. And then he asked me if I would go on. I was at the pad, and hey, I think we were on StreamYard or something. It was a video we did. It was him, it was Beaver, and myself. And he, later, after all the drama, YouTube drama, he took that video down. And then there was the unfortunate incident where, we wound up bumping heads. And I think we both realized it was unfortunate. Gil and I gave each other our word. We were never going to say anything bad about each other again. And I'm going to say this. I had that same agreement with somebody else on YouTube. And that other person has never had a good word. His palabra has never been good his whole entire life. So he immediately broke it and has made hundreds of videos and lives about me since. And Gil, there were some subliminals there, but he never spoke my name out loud on his podcast. For the most part, I believe he kept his word, and I've kept mine. And this video right here is a tip of the hat to Gil, to Boo Boo, and to the American Cholo podcast. Do I believe that the American Cholo podcast will not be heard from ever again? No, absolutely not. I think maybe Gil, I can imagine behind the scenes, people pulling in different directions. Gil is a very successful man. He's never been to prison, and that's been a knock on him. Not for me, but to a lot of other people. That's been a knock on him when he speaks, or when he would speak on prison issues and his feelings about prison things. People were like, well, you weren't there. And you know what? Congratulations, Gil. Congratulations to all of the men who didn't go to prison. And especially congratulations to those men who lived the life as a juvenile and were smarter than me and a lot of guys like me, and got their stuff together and took care of their business and took care of their family and raised their kids and became successful. It's not easy. And Gil is a very successful businessman. He's very successful in his private life. And YouTube, there's a lot of drama, man. A lot of it. And I can just imagine behind the scenes, like I was just saying, Gil getting pulled in different directions. And I could see him saying, it's just not worth it. It's just not. Gil's a few years younger than me, so he's approaching 50. I'm about to be 51. He's approaching 50. And he had a studio, and, he has people working with him. And so there's some overhead there. I see myself, Gil, getting back in his living room or dining room or back in his garage, sitting at that pool table, setting up a camera and having his opinion on certain things. But it's going to be things that he really wants to speak on. Not trying to get in the algorithm, not trying to appease anybody, but just, hey, you know what? This is on my mind, man. And whoever wants to listen, here we go. I could see Gil doing that. And he doesn't need all the technical stuff to do that. But I think there are a lot of people that still look to him, who still want to know his opinion, who still seek advice or his perspective on stuff. And I think he knows that. And he's going to take a step back. He said he's going to get a dog. Sure, he's going to spend more time with his wife. The world is so different right now. The world is so hectic and so crazy that, a lot of times there's some people that they really need to take that time. Being successful in your business life doesn't matter if you're not successful in your personal life. And I'm not directing that at him. I'm directing that to everybody out there that is successful in your business life, but is struggling at home or struggling in your relationship. Making a bunch of money, but not having anybody to spend it with or on, it holds no value anymore. It's just there. So I look forward to seeing something from Gil in a month, 2 months. Maybe it's only a week. I don't know. But I don't think he's gone. I think he even realizes he's still going to do things. And it may actually benefit his channel to take a step back, recalibrate.
Because one of the knocks on the channel, so he had the knock on him personally for not being in prison. I don't think that's a knock. I think that's something that's a feather in his cap that he can always have. Not to put anybody down, but to just say, hey, you know, I was right there struggling with the rest of these cats. But then I found something more important and I focused on that, right? But on his channel, one of the things that was a knock on his channel is it went in so many different directions. Right now, I'm going in different directions, but I'm going in different directions because I don't want to be known as just a prison channel. And there's going to be people in the comments, that's all you are, and that's fine. In your mind, that's all I am. But I do different things, and I see what works, and then I do it again. And I think Gil needs to just take a step back, take a breather, a break, whatever. Take his wife on another vacation. Come back, get that dog. Enjoy life. Regain perspective. And then share that with the people that are waiting to hear about it. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.